Hey everybody, welcome back to Hardworking Man. Today's video is going to be a test of a prototype item that I built that I think is going to be one of the best ever. It's not going to be in-depth about the prototype, but we're going to see if it can handle these big, huge red oak logs. I'm going to buck them up with the ported Husqvarna 395. That saw is bad. Definitely the most powerful saw I own, and it was ported by Tim over at Iowa PerformanceSaws, and let me tell you, it absolutely rips. I've got a 24-inch Sugihara bar on it today, and I'm cutting these down to about 12.5 inches. They're going to be smoker bundle, so let's just get to work. There it is, one of the biggest beasts Husqvarna's ever made. Iowa PerformanceSaws. He's got it marked up twice, and he's earned it because this thing's a monster. 24-inch bar. That red oak right there is probably 24 inches. We're going to be right to the limit. This is my prototype bucking table, and I will tell you what, if you've seen my welds before, I welded these supports on, and they're holding that, and that is over 1,000 pounds, I'll guarantee it. I wish I had the MS324 to break these down once I get them bucked into rounds, because even at 12.5 inches, they're going to be heavy, and I do have it, but my tractor's at the property. The Case TR320, I do not have the aux hydraulics working yet, so we're just going to have to get them in a bucket, get them over to the Easton Made Access over there in our covered wood splitting area, and get these smoker chunks into an IBC tote so that we can get them in the kiln one day. 24-inch bar, and that was all she could take. Somehow I lost a bar nut. I just sharpened this chain and had that pretty tight, but I mean, the weight of these still isn't light. Where'd that, there it is. Was not expecting that. I guess you don't want to crank your bar nuts on, but apparently I got to go a little tighter than that. Now I know on these saws, a lot of people recommend hitting a lot of the nuts and bolts with Loctite because it's just a monster. And I haven't done that yet, but I am going to. Back in business. Not tuned this saw at all. I'm gonna have to lean it out a little bit, and Tim told me that when he sent it to me, but even running like this, maybe just a touch fat, still just a beast. This is the red oak log that crushed my Echo 622 when I was loading these things out, so getting my revenge here, turning it into some smoker wood. Trying not to cut into my brace there because, like I said, this is a prototype, and I just bent my angle iron, which isn't my weld, it's just the metal I used to build this prototype. Set you up so you can just see the piles of chips dumping out of this thing. these will become smoker chunks, and these will become bundle grade smoker. So one thing I learned on the prototype, I got my little stops too high and I got my angle too steep. Because, holy smokes. I don't know how much this thing weighs. I can't even roll it over those stops. If I go too fast, I'm gonna go off the end. The weight of this stuff is insane. Holy smokes. Nope. Jiminy Christmas. I need my stops even shorter, I think. On the real build, they're gonna be angled. I hope I ordered them short enough. I'm getting real tube steel cut for this project, not just pallet racking. Let me go get a tool. All right, let's see if the log ox should be able to get me there. I'm in good night. Now, is it gonna just blow through? Hopefully not. Oh, no! No! There's no way I'm picking that back up. Gosh. Well, at least these rounds were here. Maybe if I knock it down enough, I can get it picked up. Dang it! That one's even bigger and heavier. Now, when I built this table, I normally don't work with this big of wood. If you guys have a log bucking table, what's the limit? What's the limit you'll throw on it? I know probably 24 inches isn't the right answer. This isn't 24, this is probably 15 of oak. What do you expect? What do you guys expect a bucking table to be able to handle for a diameter of logs? Hey, if you watch the show, you know I'll bring you my successes and my failures. This saw is a huge success. So glad I ordered it. Look at that. Absolutely insane. Come on. Now guys, this isn't pine, this is red oak. Love it. Why do you need a ported saw for firewood, they say? Are you kidding me? If I wasn't having complete and utter failures with my prototype table, we would be cutting up big firewood, making premium firewood faster than ever. They're just, ported saws are nuts. And that Husqvarna 395 is nuts. Now, can I get this up there? I mean, because even one of these little rounds ain't light. Guys, this is all from the load of oak that, well, multiple loads of oak that's in my last few videos that you're going to want to watch and know some answers to for the 30,000 subscriber live stream giveaway, which we're going to be scheduling soon. So one of those videos that I have the thumbnails, me standing by the scales. You guess how much that one load of logs weighs. You're going to win a sawsupplier.com gift card. That's where I bought that $3.95. You can pre-order the Husqvarna 564. And with code HWM10, you get 10% off any chainsaw and free shipping. Authorized Husqvarna dealer, steel dealer, Echo, and EFCO. Yeah. Whew. My prototype's falling apart, yo. Man. One thing you can know is if it's on hardworking man, it's been torture tested. Now this is why I built a prototype instead of just having one of these made. I'm gonna have to not go all the way through that unless I can move this over. Because I want to see what works and what doesn't. And it wasn't cheap to take this plan with some modifications and have it done by an engineer so that I can possibly get these to production. It's my first time ever trying to get anything to production. I don't know if it's going to be viable for the cost, but I do know that I will have probably the best bucking table you've ever seen on YouTube. No offense, neighbor Doug. Yours is impressive. Mine is going to be differently impressive. And I'm going to bring the whole build once I get the production steel to you guys on our channel. Or on, yeah, our channel, mine and Rachel's. I mean, it's like it ain't nothing. Absolutely. If this rack was working, you got a person loading, you could fly through the wood. Because normally, the plan is, so like we got our all-wood splitter with the all-wood table. I'll normally be working smaller diameter logs, and I'm gonna have tighter spacing on my supports. These will all stay up. You turn, set on the table, split up the conveyor. This process is gonna be insane. I can't even say how impressed I am with this saw. All right, so a few things I've learned. One, I need more supports, which I already knew. You can see on the end, that's the spacing it's gonna have in the final design. This is going to be done better so they won't break off. That's just miscellaneous scrap pieces of angle iron that I had. I wouldn't use that thin in a real build. This is old pallet racking that I use, the full HWM Outdoors log bucking table is going to be legit. You buy it, it'll last you the rest of your life. I do have supports down here so that when the deck is full, it won't come back this way, but it's too light on this back end. So right now I have the skid steer holding it down. As I roll this forward, because this is way too steep, it's probably going to run right off the end. The actual production unit is not near that steep, and I'll probably have to make a few adjustments off from my first real prototype as well. But that's what this is all about, figuring it out, learning, and hopefully coming out with a sweet product that somebody thinks is worth the money that I'm gonna need to sell it for. All right, let's try to move this one down. I gotta cut a nasty chunk out of it because that's not gonna be smoker wood, but the rest of this should be. I'll keep the camera rolling just in case it's exciting. So I have to say, man, trying to build something and figure it out, and I have no engineering background. I just get ideas and I want to try to do something with them. Like, it is not for the faint of heart, because I have a lot of hours into this that I don't have on camera, because until I was close to being production ready, I didn't want too many of my secrets getting out, because I think this thing's gonna be sweet. But I got a lot of hours into this, and it's ultimately gonna be scrap metal when I'm done, because as you can see, it's got some shortcomings. Come on. Ow. Let's see, maybe this will work better. Look at this, guys. This might work. Let me move the saw. I don't need to crush another one. Especially not that beast. I am sweating, yo. Now what would be nice is if I could use the skid steer to manipulate this into position. But I can't, because like I said, when this gets on that end, it's gonna be too much. So the log ox is gonna have to try to do it. And there she goes, folks. Oh! She's popping to pieces, yo. No. Ah! You can't win them all. I'm going too big anyway. I just blew this thing to pieces. You know what? I'm smart enough to know when I've been defeated. I'm gonna pick this one up with the skid steer and buck it off the forks. Stay tuned though if you want to see if my real bucking table is gonna work, because now I'm scared that I'm spending a lot of money to get something made. It might not be worth it. I ain't gonna lie, guys, I feel pretty defeated right now. But maybe I'm just expecting way too much, especially from the prototype built out of inferior, I guess, components. I'm not that worried if I mess it up right now, because, like I said, she's gonna be scrap metal, because it's clearly not working. Come on. Come on, roll back, girl. Come on. You gotta give me something. Now I'm gonna crush my camera. Gosh dang it. Not my day! I guess one nice thing is I added a cup holder to the skid steer so I can put all these lag bolts in it. Talk about a lot of work turning into nothing right now. Sorta heartbreaking. There we go. You will turn into firewood log. All right, I got this log marked so that I can buck it up on here. This end piece has got some branches in it and some dirt on it. So I'm gonna bore cut in and knock off one firewood piece and then go back to smoker chunks. I wondered about that. I should have won every other. Some days just aren't your day. Rachel's out here now.
What happened?
Well, so far, not a whole lot has gone right except for that saw is a monster.
I know, it's so loud.
It's so awesome.
I hear it in the house. I was like, get earmuffs.
So as you can see, the prototype table is breaking to pieces here.
Why?
Well, part of the reason is because it's a prototype. Rachel's used it and she's loved it. And the other part of the reason is because I put probably almost 2,000 pound oak log on it to see if it was strong enough. And it got it done.
Well, why is all the wood bars
Well,
off?
because I started blowing it to pieces, rolling big logs onto it crooked and not having the full supports and using cheap angle iron for the prototype build. And that log has a giant knot on it, and that didn't help. So then I picked it up with the skid steer, and then I got greedy trying to cut all the rounds off one side, and it tipped. And
It's because your lady's not out here to keep you in
no,
line.
but now you're here, so now things will go better. And I only got a couple of cuts left to do, so.
Looks a little crooky.
It is a little crooked, but that's what I wanted. Because in the bundler, sometimes you want some that are a little longer to put on the bottom. This is going to be smoker bundles.
You are so smart for thinking that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking ahead.
I don't believe you.
That was a pretty beat up chain that I sharpened up, and it got pretty loose right now, so I'm going to tighten that up, reposition this log, get the last few cuts, switch to the bucket, and get them over to the Easton Made axis. Well, guys, I think I lied. I said we were going to split this up, but
Man,
due
he's
to all
always
of
trying to hurt me.
the complications, I am just going to finish bucking this down to the last couple pieces I need off and call it. And you'll have to tune in for part 2 when we turn this into beautiful smoker wood on the Easton Made axis. Because this just hasn't been my evening. But I can't complain because I'm out here doing what I love. Working in the wood yard, running absolutely awesome saws. Great equipment. I mean, I ain't mad. it's just not. It just didn't go the way that I had
That's all right. There's always another day.
forecasted it to go.
We'll get it done.
Rachel's got earmuffs on and she says this is too loud. I don't think so. This is why I don't love bucking on forks, because the last thing I want to do is hit my forks, and my gosh, this is insanely heavy. Let me do this side. Look at the way the chips pour out of this saw, right? That's nuts. I can get that one. This one's right on the fork. That is my measuring system. My hand. You know, it'd be cool if we had a log bucking table to put this on.
We did till you broke it.
This is still just so heavy. Because Rachel will tell you, I'm a strong human.
That's right. You need to put your angle down on your.
Well, yeah, but I needed it up.
Is that running?
Let me do this. Because if the angle's too far down, maybe I'll crush another saw like I did. There we go.
He's smart and he's handsome.
Finish this one. That will leave for another day.
Really?
Because the goal today is smoker chunks.
Could you put something under it?
All right, Rachel wants me to cut another one. She's so impressed by that saw.
Yeah.
She wants her man to wreck his back.
Heat? I was gonna say, wedge underneath that.
No, because I'm going to cut from back here, so it's going to want to pull it backwards.
Well, whatever way, don't let it roll on you.
It'll flip over. That, I ain't messing with it right now. There it is, man. Testing a prototype. It didn't go as planned at all. Hopefully the real unit is way better than that. But the only way you're ever gonna know is if you subscribe to Hardworking Man. Hit a thumbs up, hype this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.